Happy New Year's, guys. We're going to cook a pork butt today. Every year in my house, we cook pork, greens, and black eyed peas for our traditional New Year's Day meal. Today's pork butt, we do it on the PK. Let's go outside. All right, for this cook, we have the PK set up indirectly. I'm using the B&B char logs. Never used it in the PK, but it works pretty well in the Weber Smoky Mountain. So I'm gonna see how it does on this thing. Let's get it lit. All right, so we're gonna let this catch, go inside and season up the pork butt. Okay, for this pork butt, we're gonna do a simple rub. Just Meat Church's Holy Gospel. It is my all-time favorite rub, if y'all haven't figured it out by now. We're gonna do a quick olive oil binder. The Holy Gospel, sprinkle it on pretty thick. This is a small pork butt, a little less than 5 pounds. I have a small family, so not much is needed here. Shouldn't take too long to cook. Pork butts, it's just shreds. I'm not too worried about an even coat. I just try to get as much rub on there as I can. All right, that's good there. On a pork butt, I always come back and top with just a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, a little paprika as well. All right, let's get this on the PK. Okay, it took a while for the grill to come up to temp, so I opened up all the vents and overshot a little bit. I want to cook at 275. We're about 300 now, but I got the vent shut down, so that should help with the temperature, as well as about to put on the cold meat. All right, let's get the pork butt on. All right, got the pork butt on. Set it there using some oak wood for flavor. We'll check it on it in about 2 hours. So this thing is humming along pretty nicely. The meat's been on for about 30 minutes. It did settle back into about 275 where I want it. So far, I'm really happy with smoking on the PK. We'll see you when it's time to wrap. Okay, we are about 2 hours in. I did put it into a foil pan just to catch as much of those drippings as I possibly can. Let's check temperature. There's a bone there. So temperature about 102, so it's cooking pretty fast, but like I said, this is only about a 5 pound butt. We're gonna let it go just for a little bit more before we wrap. See you in a bit. Okay, the pork butt's been on for about 4 hours now. Let's take a look. Pretty good color. I actually want to get this wrapped up now, collect some of those juices. See you in a bit. So far, we're 4 hours into this cook, and the PK's holding temps quite well. The only dip I had is what you heard just a few moments ago with the alarm going off. It got down to 205, and that's partially my fault because I went and ran errands. I adjusted the dampers to kind of cool it off a little bit before I left, and didn't give that 10 to 15 minutes to make sure it settled in properly. But open the dampers back up to about halfway on the bottom and about halfway on the top over the meat. And so far, it's kicking right now about 240. So it's climbing back up quite well. I'm happy with that. So guys, tell me what you're cooking here in the new year. What's your first cook going to be? Is it going to be a brisket, something grilled up maybe? Let me know in the comments below. All right, we'll check on this pork butt once it's ready to pull. See you then. We're about 7 hours in. I just unwrapped it to get this little probe. You can see the bone pulling away from there. As far as the charcoal logs, they actually worked out pretty good. A lot of ash, but not much fuel was used. It was a pretty efficient cook. Just to show you guys, we're probing. What's that, 199? So it feels pretty good. 205 at the bottom. I'm gonna go and pull it off and let it rest. See you guys in about 30 minutes. Okay, so after 7 hours, the pork butt came off. Like I said, it's a very small one, so you can see not much to it after it's been cooked. Bones coming apart nicely. You can see that bone, a little tug to it, but nothing too bad there. Come out pretty good. So when cooking pork butt, I like to take the juices that I catch and pour it into a fat separating cup. And what this cup does, that's all the fat come to the top, and it's got a hole in the bottom where you can pour the juices back on the finished product. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and shred this up. It looks pretty good here. Still hot, so I may have to let it cool off a little bit more, but pretty good. Nice little smoke ring on it. Looking good. So let me shred this up and I'll show you what I do with the juices. See you in about 5 minutes. Okay, so got this all shredded up. Looks pretty good. Pretty moist. I'm quite happy with it. I would say the PK did a good job on this here. But after I get mixed up in pretty good, good even layer, I like to put a little bit of au jus on there. As you can see, that fat, I don't know if you can see on the camera, fat came to the top here. So what I'm about to pull on is not any fat, it's just the juice. And this is good, one, to keep it moist. Not much is really needed, and good for reheating to keep that moisture in there. So a little bit of juice goes a long way with this. Spread it back out. And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a finishing rub. There's a barbecue restaurant in Plano, Texas called Winter's Barbecue. Best rub ever. And it's great to finish any kind of meat, whether it's brisket or ribs. In fact, I have a little video of the time my daughter and I went. I'll put that in the link above. But I'm pretty liberal with this finishing rub. Like I said, this seasoning is magic in a bottle. Mix it in there together. Some of that seasoning will melt. I'm not quite sure what all's in there. I know there's a little bit of brown sugar. So that brown sugar kind of melts into the meat. First round, second round is a little bit more for looks. And we're good to go. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this plated. I'll show you my New Year's Day meal. Okay, the New Year's spread is complete. We have our pork, we have our greens, our cornbread, black-eyed peas, and mac and cheese. Guys, I am ready to dig into this. I'll give you a recap in a bit. Okay, so that was a great cook. I'm loving this PK grill, guys. Whether it's steaks, hot dogs, hamburgers, now that I can smoke on it, this is the best grill I think I've ever bought. I'm really loving it. So with the fuel efficiency of the PK, anytime I'm doing pork butts, I'm definitely going to do it on the PK and save the Smoky Mountain, the Weber Smoky Mountain for briskets, ribs, and large cooks. My only regret in buying the PK is that I didn't get the 360. I'd give anything if I'd have gotten that 360, but oh well, this is gonna be a great portable cooker for the SCA competitions I have coming up. So again, guys, let me know what you're cooking for New Year's in the comments below. And in the meantime here, I'm gonna sit back with a full stomach and watch a little football. My Red Raiders aren't doing very well, so I have to live vicariously through the other teams playing on New Year's Day. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and now it's time to start the fire. Bye.